So I've just picked up a new 4K player. Let's check it out. Don't forget everything using the video today. There are links in the description below for the best place to get those home cinema products. Make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Hi movie fans, welcome back to the channel. Right, so I was in the market for a new 4K player. So I was looking at the Panasonic 9000 and then I just happened to look on Marketplace and stumbled across an amazing find. These players were released in 2018, 2019. I'm not sure when they ran until, but this is a brand new in-box Pioneer Udp Lx800. And that was one of these, and it's very, very heavy. The owner of this player moved it to Australia just before COVID. They ended up in a rental and they've been renting ever since. They've struggled to get on the house market, finally got a house built, like everyone else, just jumped into streaming. All the stuff was in storage and this was one of them. So this has been stored in the box since they moved here late 2019, early 2020. 4 years it's been in storage. Hasn't been used, and he bought this from 7 So while scouring the internet looking for a new player, this popped up on Marketplace, new in box, $1,600, £800. I thought, well, even if it isn't new, it's got to be worth £800 easily. So let's jump in, get this unboxed, see what we've got, and see what he got from 7 back when he bought it. Also, according to the previous owner, there are some box sets in here as well that they got when they purchased it. It was included in the package. I think total was around £2,500 that he paid with the box sets that are included. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Right, so we've got the Santa Claus box set, fully sealed, new. Got the Kingsman, again, sealed, new. Dark Knight Trilogy, new again. And Planet of the Apes Trilogy, new again. Instruction manual. Remote. Okay, plug. Batteries. Look at the player itself. We've got that beautiful brushed aluminium front, minimalistic on the front with the buttons. So on the left we've got our standby on and off button. We've got our USB 5V connection on the front. So this you can use to play back files off USBs and also use it to update your player if you haven't got it connected to the internet via an Ethernet. On the front it's nice to have a display as well. Then on the right we've got our open and close. We've got our transport and direct. This is just for switching it between just audio only for CDs and super audio CDs, or if you want it to play Blu-rays and 4Ks. We've got a stop button, track back, track forward, and play and pause. Both the sides are brushed aluminium. And then look at the bottom, we've got that steel base with those anti-vibration feet as well. And our exhaust vent is on the base. Look at the back, we've got our analog outputs, gold plated as well. So this is for audio 8. We've got our network output for connecting via Ethernet. We've got our RS232C output as well. We've got our analog output, our main HDMI. This transports video and audio, and then we've got our audio only HDMI if you're using a processor for surround sound. Then we've got a USB connection for updating and playing back content, and then we've got our digital output coaxial. What I love about this as well is it also includes the optical output as well for if you're using an old processor. Use this for CDs or DVD and Blu-ray. It's just great to have this included on a newer player. Where on most players now you don't get that choice of optical output. So if you haven't got that and you've only got HDMI, you've got to upgrade your surround sound system. Being a UK player, it only plays back Region B Blu-rays. 99% of 4Ks are Region 3, and then you've got DVD playback of Region 2. And then power supplied by a 220 to 240 kettle lead connection. But weight wise, this is 13.2 kilos. It's the heaviest Blu-ray and 4K player I've ever lifted. Comparing this to my Sony X800, this is massive. It's literally 4 times the thickness probably 4 times the weight. Looking at the remote, it's around the same width as my Sony Udp 800. Lengthwise, it's about 2 inches longer, and it's got a lot more features on there. So you've got quick keys as well for your resolution, HDR. A lot more, say if you go into the settings where you have to go into the settings to adjust those. On the Sony, you don't have to do that with the Pioneer. You've got them all on the remote. So on the remote, we've got a light up function. So if you're in a dark cinema room, you can press the light function and all your keys will light up, so you can use it in the dark. So let's get this paired on and see how good she works. All right, we'll quickly go into the home menu. So you've got your initial menu, so you've got your source. So whether that's whether you're playing a disc or a USB drive. Go into initial setup. You've got your display settings. So we can adjust these. You can adjust the resolution. So you can adjust these. You've got a resolution button on the remote, and you can adjust these for native resolution that you want on your disc. So if you're playing a 1080 disc, you can adjust it down to 1080, or you can have it on auto, so it'll upscale it to 4K. You've got all those options there. Got your audio output, change those, HDMIs, network settings, language settings, playback settings, setup navigator. Haven't gone into that. I won't go through all the menus. And then you've got your security settings, so you can change your passwords, and then different options as well to change the dimmer on the front, how long the screensaver's on for, where it flashes Pioneer around, and the update settings. So if you go to the initial setup and the home menu, you can dim the display on the front. That's normal at the moment. Go slightly dimmed. Dim it a bit more, or you can actually turn the front display completely off. The only part that doesn't dim is the power button. You can't turn that blue light off, but I think it looks pretty cool, but it might be distracting if you've got it at the front of your cinema room. So after a minute, a screensaver pops up just with Pioneer flashing over the screen, just to stop screen burning. Right, so we'll try a Blu-ray first and see what the upscale's like on it. Okay, I won't play too much because I don't want to get copyrighted, but this is the Blu-ray. You can see on the top of the screen I've got the display up, so you can turn that off if you want, or on, and that'll give you the information of the disc. This is upscaled to 4K. And for a 4K upscale, I think that looks pretty sweet. Black levels are good. There's no artifacting, no motion blur. Now we'll stop it there and use the 4K. We'll stop it there and try the 4K. Don't forget, everything you use in the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get those home cinema progs. Make sure to check these out at the end of this video. Right, so the Pioneer Udp Lx800, was it worth the investment? I literally paid £800 for this. It was $1,600, and that's how I got this. Purely because he'd moved on to streaming, and this had been sat in the box because he was going from rental to rental to rental and wasn't able to set it up in his own personal home cinema room. As for the player itself, it's in pristine condition, absolutely mint, unused, works a treat. Some of you may be asking why I didn't go for the Panasonic 9000, and the reason for that was the quality build of this Pioneer is just fantastic. Construction of the deck is 1.6mm steel. You've got aluminium sides, aluminium front panel. Pioneer even did away with the vents on the top to reduce vibration and noise. But the noise deaden itself even eclipses the Panasonic UB9000 itself. And notice the tray, it's not the quickest tray system in the world, but it just works really sleek. From putting that disc in for it to play, which is no biggie. By that time I've walked back to the other end of my cinema room, sat down, got my popcorn ready, and it's ready to rock and roll. Now the original asking price for these just with the player alone was £2,200, so I think I got a deal paying $1,600, which equates to £800 at today's money. Now the image quality of 4K disc is just drop dead gorgeous, absolutely stunning, looks superb on my 4K set. Now I did have to update this, but I forgot to show that bit. It was running on version 1.12 and I had to update it to version 1.17, which is the latest version I think from around 2021, and that was done via Ethernet cable. Now for those who are looking at getting a Pioneer player, there are still players out there. eBay is absolutely ridiculous. eBay for one of these you're looking close to £2,500–3,000. If you want a new Udp Lx800, then there is a UK store, and that is Audio Emotion. I will put a link down to that. I don't get anything from Audio Emotion. Now, the only place I found that does a new Udp Lx800 Pioneer, which is more or less the same build quality as the Lx800. So I will be doing a follow-up review on how I'm getting on with this player. At the moment, I'm absolutely overjoyed with what I've got. And if those you want to check out when I bought a new old stock DVD player, check out this video next. So thanks for watching, happy viewing, and I'll catch you next one.